Explaining selection sort in 1 minute. Let's go. So here's the unsorted array, and we have 3 arrows to track different positions. Red is for the current position, blue is for the loop index, and yellow is for the smallest index. So we'll start with the first element in the array, which is 3. Then we're going to move the loop index to find the next smallest element. So we're going to see 5, 6, and then we see 2. So now let's move the yellow one to 2. And next we see 1, which is the new smallest element. So now let's move the yellow arrow over, and now there's no more elements. So now we can swap 3 and 1. So let's change this to 1, and now let's change this to 3. Now we can move the current position over. Now let's move all the arrows back. So now let's move the blue arrow. So we see 6, and now we see 2, which is the smallest. So let's move the yellow, and now we see 3, and now there's no more elements left. So now we can swap 5 and 2. And now let's move the current position over, and now let's reset the arrows, and now let's move the blue arrow. So here we'll see 5, so now this is the new smallest, and then next we'll see 3, and that's the next smallest, and now there's nowhere else to go. So now let's swap 6 and 3, and now let's move the red arrow, now let's move all the arrows back, so now let's move the blue arrow. So here we'll see 6, and then finally there's no more elements, and now 5 is in the right spot, so now let's move the red arrow, and now let's reset everything, and now let's move the blue arrow, there's nothing to move, and now 6 is in the right spot, and now everything is sorted. If you learned something new, make sure to follow for more.